Good afternoon, my name is Ved Mehta, and I am interested in applying for the Squadron Sergeant Major position. A high-ranking position such as Squadron Sergeant Major requires you to function well with other members of the battalion staff and also work on delegating and executing duties and plans efficiently. And my time here at Culver, in my time not here at Culver, my other experiences have helped me to practice and develop some of those skills. For example, before I came to Culver, for a few years, after I earned my black belt in karate, I spent time as a instructor in the studio, coming in after school and running classes. And that really opened me up to learning to work with other instructors and adults that ran the studio, similarly to how a battalion sergeant major would work with squadron staff and military mentors. And it also helped me to plan, what we would learn each day in that class and what we plan to teach to the other, karate participants that would work similarly to squadron sergeant major and executing, plans such as duties or, battalion events or things like that. Here at Culver and also not at Culver, I spent time as a patrol leader in my Boy Scout troop. Serving as a patrol leader is similar to a squad leader like here at Culver, but in a more specific and more narrow environment where a patrol leader usually only works with 5 scouts at most. And what a patrol leader does is that they make sure that the scouts are enjoying their time at scouting and are making sure that they are really becoming scouts as well as progressing through merit badges and rank and stuff. So some of the ideals as a patrol leader and some of the moral values of scouts also really transitioned well here when I came to Culver. In this last year, I've spent 3 makes as a team leader. The first make, I of course worked with 2 new cadets, and then I eventually had to work with 3, sometimes 4 at a time. And for the second make, I also faced a similar issue when I had to work with more than two new cadets at a time. And what being a team leader has taught me is that you need to be flexible sometimes. You can't be always rigid with what the plan is going to be, because sometimes the plan doesn't work. So being a team leader has taught me to be flexible and willing to adapt well to an environment. One idea that I had for helping the battalion, especially the ground up, the first 2 ranks, the team leader and the squad leader next year, is to specifically go over the SOP with next year's team leaders, and also, as the first make battalion sergeant major, to go over the squad leader checklist with each of the squad leaders in each unit and then with the first sergeants, because the first make is really crucial to helping new cadets learn and adjust well to Culver life. So being a battalion sergeant major, you'd have to work well with the first sergeants and the squad leaders to make sure that new cadets are progressing well. They're not only progressing well, but also adjusting and starting to understand and enjoy life at Culver. So that would be a big portion of the first make squadron sergeant major's responsibility, because it's the most crucial make for helping new cadets grow. One idea that I would like to implement as battalion sergeant major was similar to a concept that we had last year in the battalion, which was, a battalion bonding and a cohesiveness. So we would become more than just 2 troops and a band. We'd become one squadron, which was what we focused on last year's second make. But some ideas that I had were working from the ground up on the battalion cohesiveness, and that means starting with next year's new cadets. So the squadron staff could work together to, start planning team building exercises and, just games or activities for the new cadet class next year, Troop A, Troop B, and Band, to work together on and to just enjoy time and get to know each other, because that was one thing that we didn't really do last year as a new cadet, or we didn't really touch on at all this year. And that's one thing I'd like to see, because as of right now, I feel like from time to time we slowly become just Troop A, Troop B, and Band. And we really need to become one squadron if we all want to start winning more Reg banners and to start doing better in inspections. So those are my ideas for Battalion Sergeant Major, and I thank you for taking the time to consider me for this position.